goes on and on. Right? We draw together on Friday. Woo! It's Friday. It's draw together. The dog is coughing. We're dancing. Good to see you. All right, hello. Let's do a couple of little warm-up stretches because it's Friday. It's Friday. Let's go up and over. Let's take your left arm. Go all the way over. Stretch out the side. It's Friday. It's Friday. All the way to the other side. Go stretch. It's Friday. It's Friday. We're going to stretch all the way around. Give ourselves a hug. It's Friday. It's Friday. We draw together on Friday. It's Friday. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake out the drawing fingers. Shake out the drawing hair. Shake out the drawing eyes. Take a deep breath. Who's ready to draw? Are you? Well then, hello! And welcome to Draw Together. The class where we draw together. See, there's a theme. Hi, I'm Wendy. What's your name? Hey, I've seen a lot of you before. It's so great to be back together with you. Well, we have a pretty big day in store for us. So we're gonna get straight to drawing. But first, let's see who's out there. I see you in Australia, in Melbourne, Australia, in Singapore, Portland, Oregon, the Oga Peninsula in Japan, Honolulu, Hawaii, and Copenhagen. Hi, and so many of us are from all over. We're all over the world right now, all in our home studios, but here we are drawing together. Where are you from? Is that where you are right now? That's so cool. Well, I'm in San Francisco here with Art Assistant Caroline. Say hi, Art Assistant Caroline. So shy. And Suso, which has now left class. You know, Suso's taking a break. Also, just one quick thing. Whose birthday this week? Did anybody have a birthday? I knew it. Happy birthday to ya. Yeah. All right. So let's see. This week we've been doing what? The senses. We spent the whole week drawing the senses. The senses. Monday we did sound, right? Tao Wing came and we drew music. Tuesday we did vision and we drew a peacock. Colorful peacock. On Wednesday we took a trip to Blackjack Bakery and Gillian and Max taught us how to bake cupcakes and then we drew them and we ate them and paper not so good, but anyway. And then let's see, yesterday was touch and we drew our loveys and our stuffies, drew texture, yeah. And today we have one sense left. Who can guess what that is? Guess. That is correct. Smell. Today we're gonna draw smell, which is an incredible thing because sometimes, you know, we smell something and then we remember a feeling, remember just where we were and something. It smells amazing like that. The other thing that's kind of tricky about smell is that it's invisible. It's hard to draw things that are invisible. But today we're going to learn how to draw things that perhaps we cannot see, but we know they're there. Are you ready to come along on a magical voyage of smell? Well, come join me. Come on over here. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, one thing. Sorry, we forgot to check in around materials and stuff like that. We need paper. Yep, I know you all are experts. You're pros at this now. We need paper. We need a pencil, which I'm looking for because I think mine dropped on the ground. Pencil. And we definitely need some colors today. So any colors, if you want to use your colored pencils or you want to use your paints, markers, whatever you want to use, that's great. So you got your home studio all set up. It's Friday. It's Friday, so I'm just like feeling like it's just a party already, and I'm forgetting that we need to put on a drawing spot. Woo! What a week, right? All right, let's do this. Come on. All right, so we want to get our paper ready. Let's turn it landscape. Okay, right, that is horizontal. Get out our pencil or a pen, that's totally fine. either one. And we're going to do 4 different ways to draw smells, okay? So let's draw a box. We do this a lot at the beginning of class, where we make our little cabinet and then we do different ways of drawing something. And then we're going to just split it down the middle with one line like that. And we're going to split down the line like that. Okay? Yeah? Okay. So this is going to be our system of smells. System 1, this is our system of smells. System of smells. So to do something that, let me see, how am I going to say it? So you know when you, wind, you can't see it, right? But when you see wind in a tree, you see the tree moving. Yeah? Okay. So how do we draw the wind that's moving the tree? I'm going to make a line up with a swirl just like that. And I'm going to make another one just like that. Can you make a line like that? And it swirls at the end? You can imagine that's a big gust of wind. And then it swirls like this. And maybe if it hits a tree, maybe there's a little leaf right here that's flying. Okay? This is the smell. Just like the wind. Let's see, here's another way. A smell, imagine that you see some smoke like on a campfire and you can smell that. So that area you can draw just with these puffy lines like this. So you can see the air that's carrying that invisible smell puffing up. So you'd be able to smell this here, right? It could be down here, where it could be if there was like a little campfire. Right? All right, let's try one more. How about if there's a kind of crazy, garbagey smell or something that's really kind of strong and messy? How would we do that? I don't know. What does that smell like to you? To me, that smells a little bit like a messy, garbagey kind of smell. Yeah? How about the smell of the summer breeze and dew on the grass that would be just kind of lofting gently off of the ground, that we'd be able to smell it, just like this. And then maybe we draw a nose. And the smell goes up. So you can imagine if there's a nose in each one of these, we'd be able to smell these different smells. This one's like, pew, stinky. This one's breezy smell, smoky smell. This is a lofting breeze smell. So see, when we can't see something and we want to draw it, we represent it with maybe some lines or some shapes, and that can give a sense of what it smells like, what one of the senses is. Does that make sense? Yeah? Can I see yours? See your different lines? It's neat how you can just make lines like you just made right there, and each one looks so different and they look like different smells, even though, I mean, you smell it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. But if you look at it, you can get an idea of what it would smell like. So this is the magic of art, right? Okay, so we're trying to figure out, now what if we're gonna draw the sense of smell? What is it that we're gonna draw? So we went and we looked at some of the requests that a lot of you have sent in, and we went through, and a couple of them stood out. So how about we look at some requests and we go with that, okay? Here's some requests. Oops, I just turned the volume up.
Hi Wendy, my name is Emma. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I'm 7 years old, and I want you to draw a unicorn because they're cool. Alicia, ¿y qué decía?
I want to draw
I want to draw
a unicorn.
a unicorn. Hi, Miss Wendy. I'm Antisha Gunta, and I'm 5 years old, 5 and a half, I mean, and I would like to draw an alicorn by myself.
Well. Who wants to draw a unicorn? Yes! Who wants to draw the smell of a unicorn? Yes! Who has ever smelled a unicorn? No. I see two of you raising your hands. Have you really though? Have you really? Maybe you have. If so, you're just come on over and help them all. I hadn't. Okay. So we said, well, how are we going to go and find a unicorn to smell so that we can draw the smell of a unicorn? Looked around, didn't see one. So we called up Doug. Doug is a unicornologist. He sometimes also works as an alicornologist. The difference between a unicorn and alicorn is a unicorn with wings. So basically, Doug as a unicornologist can also, anyway, we called Doug. Called Doug and I said, Doug, is there a unicorn that I could just stop by and see somewhere? He's like, you know what? We were staying 6 feet apart, not so much. However, I do have a unicorn swinging by and meeting me in the park later if you want to come by and you want to stand 6 feet away and get a waft of uni. That's his name. I said, cool. See you there. So, just a few hours later, I was down at the park. On the way there, I noticed as I was walking, I was like, what's that smell? Oh, I walked by a tree and I smelled some flowers blooming. Have you ever smelled any flowers blooming when you walk by a tree? Yeah. And then a car went by and there was a poof out of the back end of it. Kind of funny. What's that? When I smelled it, it's like a backfire from a car. You ever smelled that? What else did I smell? I smelled some grass. I smelled some food coming out of somebody's window and I smelled somebody cooking. It's pretty neat. And I got there and there's Doug. And there, before me, was Uni, the unicorn. So Doug said, come on over. And we stood there and we waited and I smelled. There was no smell. I turned to Doug. I said, what? He said, take another whiff. And I said, and yet, lightheaded, but no smell. Took one more smell. Nothing. Doug, what are we going to do? No smell. And then, Doug, what was that? And he said, what was what? Doug, what was that? He said, oh, the unicorn ate some beans last night. Has a little bit of gas. It was a unicorn fart. And I went over as close as I could get and I smelled. And that fart smelled of rainbows. What do you think it smelled like? Strawberries, blueberries, lemons, and limes. It was the most miraculous smell that has ever crossed my nose. So I thought, that's what we're going to draw. Today we're going to draw unicorn farts. So come on over here and let's draw. All right, let's get our piece of paper like this. Ready? So we want to start sideways. We're going to draw our unicorn up here because we have to leave room for what? The fart. The fart is the star of this show. All right, so when we make our unicorn, we're going to start with a unicorn head up here. So let's just make a circle. Just right there. Okay, make a circle. Now we're going to make kind of like a jelly bean shape. Goes up like this. And just like that. It's kind of a jelly bean shape. I'm gonna round that out. You do those two shapes? How's that going? Good? Okay. Now we're going to draw a littler circle right in front of this circle. Not as big, just like this. We're using our pencil for this. If it's okay if you're using a pen, but I'm going to erase these lines later. So if you're using a pencil, you can do that with me too. But either one is fine. Now I'm going to connect these two. Just like that. Do you see what's happening here? Suddenly these two circles just became the head of the unicorn. So that's what we do is we look at the big shapes. We look at the shapes of something. And then we can kind of break it down. Let's put on some ears on here. Here's an ear. And let's put another ear behind it. We'll come back for that horn. All right, now let's do some legs. So this is a fun one. This is fun. This is a fun shape to draw for the back of the leg. I'm going to make, you guys know what a comma is that goes inside a sentence to kind of break it up a little bit? I'm going to draw a comma like this. Look at that. Do you see? It's kind of like a comma at the bottom. Draw that shape. This turns into, this is the butt of the horse. And this is the back of the leg of the horse here. Now I'm just going to make a straight line down here. Straight line in here. Now this is the way I'm drawing it. There are so many different ways to draw a unicorn. This is just one way to do it. You can follow along with me, or you can just go and you can do your own kind of thing. Whatever you want to do today is the greatest, most creative thing that you could do. You just do whatever you feel like doing, because this is just all about having a good time, making some marks on a page, drawing some farts, because that is what Fridays are for. How'd that go? Look at that, how we turned those into horses. See? Also, I mean, if you wanted, you could just draw some lines straight down from there. This is kind of a fancy way of drawing them, but you could just draw a line straight down too. Let's go up to the front. Let's do these here. Let's just see. So there's the front, here's the back. So since this horse is going to be kind of flying through the air because it's going to be an alicorn, we're going to put some wings on it, and also it's being propelled from its flatulence, right? So we want to put some horse, maybe it's like hooves are kind of up in the air. I think that could be fun. So that means I'm going to draw this, there we go, just like this. This is the front leg, and then I'm going to turn it into the front hoof, just like that. Kind of kicking a little bit, and this one too, maybe the one behind it is kicking a little bit higher. Remember when we draw something that's behind it, we draw it so that the front one goes in front and the back one's a little bit smaller. But again, you do it however you want. I bet a lot of you out there know how to draw some pretty great unicorns and alicorns. Love it if you teach me how you do yours. So we all draw them differently. I'm going to put some hooves on here. Let's see how that's looking. Yeah, I think it's looking like a horse. I think it's definitely missing some things here. Let's see. Well, it's missing a tail. Let's see. How would the tail be? Actually, we'll do the tail last. Let's do the eye. Let's put the eye on there. So I'm going to draw for the eye. I like to kind of just draw a little point like that. And you just put a little darken it. There we go. So it's kind of like a triangle. Fill them right there. Give it some eyelashes. Then let's give this a nose. Give this a snout. There's a nostril. And let's give it a smile. Can we see? No, look at that. What does a unicorn have? Oh, of course. This is the biggest, most awesome unicorn horn on a Friday. Yes! Let's see, now we have a mane, right? Horses have beautiful manes. And I think that unicorns definitely have beautiful manes. So I make manes kind of like we made those peacock feathers. Remember how they kind of just go swoop, 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 lines like that? Maybe put a little bit here in front. You could also draw a mane just by kind of drawing some lines down like this too, if you want. There's so many different ways to draw everything. That's part of the fun thing, is figuring out however you want to draw it. And how especially yours, when it's different than everybody else's, becomes especially yours. I'm drawing the wing right now, so let's all do this together, because this is a big part of the alicorn. Let's start here at the bottom of the mane, and we're going to do one big line that goes whoosh, like that. Yeah. Now we're going to do another line, whoosh, this, There's our front wing. Let's do one more wing, because how many wings does it have? 2. So this one's behind, a little smaller, goes behind. Okay. Now, let's draw that tail. Now this tail, when a unicorn farts, what happens to its tail? Well, it does blow in the breeze, that's correct. Because unicorn farts, although they smell, like all the candy and fruits and deliciousness in the world, they're also very, very powerful. You don't want to mess with a unicorn fart. I wouldn't want to be really, really close to one. It's really, it's just, they don't mean to blow things too hard, but sometimes they do, and you can kind of get pushed over and stuff. And so when a unicorn does fart, its tail goes up. I saw this, so that's how I know this. I'm sure some of you know this too, because, a couple of you said you saw unicorns, so you've definitely probably seen a unicorn fart. All right, there we go. So here's our unicorn. Kind of got some short stubby legs, but that's cool because it's got these wings. It doesn't need to really run very fast. I'm going to take an eraser. I'm just going to erase the inside of these lines. You don't have to do yours, but I'm just showing you if you do want to. Remember, you can always make shapes. That everything we see is kind of made up of shapes, bigger shapes. And we can break them down to create more detail. But the first thing we do is we look at bigger shapes. Okay, so here's our unicorn. All right. So can I check in and just see yours before we move on to the really important part? Let's see. Oh, I've seen so many amazing unicorns and alicorns out there. Incredible. So many different ways of drawing them. So many colors. I'm seeing people already going great with the colors and everything. I love how you all are doing your own thing. You are extra creative today. You're feeling Friday. All right. Are you feeling a fart? Me too. And not me. Come on. All right. So where does the fart begin? Well, the fart begins at the mouth and then goes through the digestive system and then ends up at the boot tie. So remember how when we were drawing wind, or we were drawing the smells that come out, there's like the different motions that we could use, right? So let's choose one. I was thinking maybe we would use the one that had the swirls, the smell of the swirl, because a unicorn fart is majestic. It's splendid. It's magnificent. And it propels alicorns along with their wings. It's basically like rocket boosters if you think about it. So Doug, the expert, was explaining this to me. He said an alicorn uses its wings to fly, but as a starter, what it does is it gears up its internal organs and it shifts around its seat and then it farts. I don't know why you all are laughing at home because, unicorn farts are not funny. They are very serious. Yay! Okay, let's see the other ways we were doing smells, because remember, this isn't just wind. This is breaking wind. So we got some smells. Maybe it's a little stinky right about here. A little bit. Ants. Yeah, that's so good. Now the most important thing, if we're going to do a colorful fart filled with flavor, smell, wrong sense, filled with smell, we need to use some color. So I'm going to get out my paints here. These are the paints I always like to use. And I'm going to mix up some different colors. I'm going to mix up some blues. I'm going to mix up some greens. How about you? What colors are you getting out? What colors are you getting ready for a magical unicorn alicorn fart experience? Let's start with green. Oh, beautiful. Let's move on to red. So I'm just using a lot of water. Not as much, I'm just using a lot of water when I mix it up with my watercolor paints here. And it makes it a little bit lighter. Makes it a little bit more like a smell. A smell isn't a solid thing. We don't see it like other things that would come out of a unicorn. We can't see it, but we just smell it. So it seems like it should be painted a little bit lighter. Definitely some yellow. What do you think? Yellows? Oh, I heard somebody say orange. Somebody's using orange. Okay, let's do some of that. I'm going to do one more kind of bright purpley color here. Let's see, where's my purpley color? I'm going to do this one extra. Well, that doesn't look great, does it? Let's see. I kind of want it a little more blue, I think. Ooh. Well, watercolors are tricky because sometimes when they run together, they get a little muddy. They turn into a little bit of mud, and this should be a little more rainbowy, but that's okay. Remember how sometimes I feel like I made a little bit of a mistake with the color, but that's okay. I'm just going to go with it because mistakes end up being opportunities to try something totally new. No such thing as a mistake, really, in art at all. We can always just keep going, or we can always start over if we want. All right, let's see. So if this is our magical unicorn, let's see, remember how let's see, if the unicorn is here, and now it's flying up here. It's up above the land. So I'm going to draw some mountains below. I'm going to draw some little people going like, oh, it's a unicorn. Hello. Look at the unicorn. Alicorn. It's farting to the sky. And they're smiling. Yay. And then you know what? I think maybe I'm going to look back at the rest of the week and think like at the past week, and I'm going to think now, what other senses are going on here? Well, they're using sound, right? To say, oh, unicorn, alicorn, farting. And so sound, remember how we made some sound lines? I'm going to put some of those sound lines here. And then let's see, what else? We did texture yesterday. Well, I'm going to go back to my alicorn here, and I'm going to give it some texture. What texture does an alicorn have? It has hair. Yep. So I'm going to give it some of that texture. So you can add texture in too. So we have sound, texture, smell. What else was there? Sight, vision. We did peacock, right? Well, what is an alicorn's wings made of? Kind of like those peacock feathers, right? So I'm going to do some of those peacock feathers in here. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to paint those with a little bit of color, just like we did earlier. And what was the other one? Ah, yes, it was taste. Well, let's see. I guess maybe this person is also eating a cupcake at the same time. We've now incorporated all of the senses into our drawing. I'm just going to go over this with pen. I'm going to do this after class and I'm going to finish it. This is a really big drawing that we just set out on. It's a really fun one. You can go over that with pen if you want. You can do lots of other colors. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's pause right here. There's a lot more to do, but how about we pause? Come over here, just so I can see. Okay, so I've got wet paint on here. You might too, but that's okay. Let's just check in. There's so much more to paint on this, but I can't wait to see yours. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I have never seen more impressive unicorn farts ever. All throughout the world, there are unicorn farts happening. Can you smell them? Can you hear them? Can you taste them? Can you touch them? Can you see them? They're all so beautiful. They're pretty funny, and they're super beautiful. Also, it looks like maybe everybody could keep going on theirs too. I'm going to keep going on mine. We have the weekend, so maybe this could, be a fun thing that we do together over the weekend, even though we're not in class. This was really fun. I'll let Doug know that you all appreciate the generosity of him introducing us to Uni, and thank Uni for their toots. So if you want to share your drawing from today, #DrawTogether, And if you want to watch some other classes this weekend, you can go over to YouTube. There is more up on there for the ones from the first week. And let's see, everything is better when we draw together. See you all in class on Monday. Thanks for exploring the senses this week. See you soon.